Well, it was, certainly they're one of the best teams in the country, and we knew that. And there was a lot of things defensively we had to do because of their talent, because of their size, and because of their ability to penetrate. Give them a credit. They're an unbelievable team. It was a good experience for our guys. The key now for us is to turn the page and learn from this.
It looked like early on you guys had your chances, had occasionally got some open looks, and just couldn't knock down shots consistently. And then it kind of, after the charge on Gabby, just kind of just starts getting downhill.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the best defensive teams in the country. I mean, there's a reason why. I thought we got some open looks. We missed a lot of them. And, the other thing, too, that they do that people don't realize is they wear you out. So they may not be getting steals, they're not creating turnovers, but you look at our two probably best shooters on the team, in Gabby and Malik. One was 3 for 12, one was 4 for 12. And they were getting good looks, so fatigue became a factor.
You had an idea of what it was going to be like coming in here. What was that like going against your dad?
I mean, it was, it was certainly weird leading up to it. I didn't know how to feel about it. But I'll tell you what, when the ball went up, I forgot totally that he was at the other side. I really did. I mean, you're so focused on what you're doing throughout the course of a game that you're not paying attention to what's going on down there. I can certainly tell I'm happy I'm not down there because I know the chaos that ensues on their bench. But, you really don't look at it much. You don't.
Did you and Rick talk about how to answer that at dinner last night? Because he said the same thing.
Yes, we did. We talked about how we're going to lie to you guys. No, and honestly, I thought it was going to be weird. I really did. But then when you get through the course of a game, you're worried about the next play you want to run. You're worried about the next defense you're going to be. You're worried about who you're going to sub in. So I don't have time to stare down at my dad and wave at him. I mean, I get focus on the game. So it was something. I mean, it was special. I think there was the one time ever where you look down at the bench and you love those guys. And, I love all those kids. I love the coaches. I certainly love my dad. I love the staff. They're just such great people. We had such great time with them, and so I'm fortunate for the opportunity to come in here and play.
Your dad said that you were a lot more like Billy Donovan, and that was a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's saying that. I think more than anything, I think we just coached differently. I think that he's coached over 800 games, and I've coached 8 games. So certainly, we just have different styles. I think we have different personalities. I think he's very, very intense during the game, and if I got that intense, I'd forget where I was. So I'm almost trying to stay calm throughout the course of a game, where he's really trying to fire the guys up. And certainly, that's his style. That's just not me. I'm just not that type of coach. We have a lot of similarities, but I always say, people try to compare me to a guy who's won over 600 games and been to 6 Final Fours. I mean, let me get to 10 wins first before we start comparing.
Richard, you know this team probably better than any other coach out there. How would you assess some of the individual players, Siva, Russ, Wayne, just where they've grown since you were here last year?
Yeah, Peyton has been, I watch every game, and he's been so smart this year. Whereas in the past, he used to make a lot of silly mistakes. Whereas you look at today, he hardly took any bad shots. We were really trying to shut down penetration, and he didn't force it. He shot 8 shots, and there were 8 threes. But that was by design. We didn't want to let him drive. We basically trapped him when he tried to drive. And he had 12 assists. He knew that it was part of our game plan, was try to take him away. And certainly, he did other things. I mean, he is a smart player. I think he's the best point guard in the country. And besides being the best point guard in the country, the kid is the nicest person in the world. I mean, he is such a special person. He's really what college basketball is all about, and he deserves success for a long, long time.
You were on the bench last year to the Final Four run, and you've now seen the team this year. Improved, better? What do you see from this year's version as opposed to what you saw last year that made a run to the Final Four?
Yeah, this team is different. I think this team has got more length off the bench, certainly. They've got a lot of size. They've got very good, defensive pressure is very good, whereas I didn't think we were as good last year. We probably had to play a little more zone last year. We were probably a little better shooting team last year, but these guys are so big and so physical. I don't think we really ever had that last year. Whereas now you're coming in off the bench with Luke Hancock, who's a great player, Kevin Ware, Montrezl Harrell, Stephen Van Treese. So I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but that is a really, really deep team. And I think the good thing about it for them is they're always going to bring it defensively. They're always going to be a very good rebounding team. So I think you can win with teams like that.
What were you and Peyton talking about near the end of the game? When he was on the court and you guys were standing there?
Oh, I'm trying to think. That was private.
Yeah. Well, he turned around and hit a couple of threes right after that, I noticed.
I was not tired. I don't think it was anything in reaction to me, but he really is. I hope people appreciate it because he is the most special kid out there, and it's not even close. He is such a flawless person. He is as good of a kid as you're going to see. Forget basketball. That kid is going to be successful in whatever he does, and it's I love him like a brother. I really do. I mean, he's been so great to me. We keep in touch all the time, and I know he's going to be successful.
Now that you've had a chance, this is over, you'll have a chance to kind of celebrate about Billy. What's that experience going to be like now that it's over and you get a chance to really reflect on that day?
Yeah, I mean, it was really nice. I mean, certainly we didn't like the way we played, but they're a very good team. I mean, you got to give them all the credit in the world. But with that being said, I think it's almost like two families coming together with FIU and Louisville. I mean, my dad has really embraced our guys. I mean, he reaches out to our guys all the time. He treats them almost like they're his own players, and I think our guys love it. They've gotten to know each other's, the players have. So it's almost become like two families. We root each other on, and I mean, we really do love each other. So to be able to do that, during the Billy Minardi Classic, and to be able to see my whole family there, and to see my Aunt Stephanie and my cousins and all of them being able to come here, really was unique. I'm glad it worked out that way.
More questions for Coach?
Thank you. Appreciate it.